So we'll continue from where we stopped yesterday. We'll see how to work with constructors. How to work with constructors in generics. Okay? So we will continue with the same program. Okay? Now I'm planning to have constructors, okay, which means when I create my object obj1 and obj2, I should be passing things over here. Okay, this is what I want. I want to pass things during object creation. Now, constructors in your generics, it will work as your normal constructors. Only thing is, you just need to be a bit careful when you do all this stuff over here. Okay, so I'm not passing anything in my display, which means, I will not have any of this. Okay. Now I start creating my constructor. Now, I have a constructor called gen class. Gen constructor, I'll just rename it. Gen const. Just renaming everything so that I can save it in a new name. Now I am planning to have a constructor called gen const. Okay, I'm having to have a constructor. I'll be writing my code for the constructor. Now, the constructor I'm passing in two variables. It can vary. It can vary. First time I'm passing in a string and integer. Next time I'm passing in what double and integer. So it will vary. The types which I pass will vary. And I've written over here T1, T2. So I'll write the same things over here. T1, let's say I give a name called O1, and then I even have T2. I'll have a name called O2. Now I'll have to pass things into my constructor. I'll just have some things over here. T1, let me have obj1. T2, I will have obj2. So this dot obj1 is equal to O1. This dot obj2 is equal to O2. So that's it, my code. Now I'll do my display. Type of variable one. Okay, I don't have variable one. I'll have only obj1 to obj2. obj1 is equal to obj1. obj1. obj2. Here I will have obj2. Okay. Oh, here also it is obj1. I'll just rename this. I'll just make this g1 and g2 so that things are easily understandable. G1. I'm just changing this because on top I gave obj1, obj2. So I'll just give you a g1 dot this, g2 dot this. I'll save my program. Gen const file save as gen const. My folder looks very neat because I'm just starting to do Java in this laptop. Okay, the live in my college, the live was so messy. Let me just check my program. Class gen constructor. I do have T1, T2. I've got objects T1, obj1, obj2, T1. I'll even do an SOP over here. I'll do small SOP over here. What should I display? I'll just display the value. Value of obj1 is what is it? Plus obj1. obj1. And I'll do the same SOP over here. Just to check whether my constructors have done my job. plus obj2, I left out the bracket. Here 2, I left out the bracket. Here. Let's save it. Okay, SOP, value of obj1, yeah. Public void this SOP, type of obj1, yeah, it should work fine. Let's save the program and take up my command prompt. Just wait for a second until it gets compiled. Yeah, compiled perfectly. Java gen cons. Yeah. I passed in and 1, 2, 3, and then I passed in 1.111, 12. Things are coming perfectly. Is it fine, Brinta? Is the output fine? Or you want a minute?
Ma'am, sound clear. Stuck.
Now is it better?
Stuck clear.
Now is it better?
Yeah, ma'am.
Now is it better?
Yes, ma'am.
Now is it very clear? കുഴപ്പമുള്ളപ്പോൾ പറയണേ. So I'll need to explain the program once again.
Ma'am, edakkan clear ആവാത്തത്. ഇടയ്ക്ക് stuck ആയി പോകും. ഇടയ്ക്ക് clear ആവില്ല. പക്ഷെ കേൾക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് പറയാനത് ഇത് clear ആവാത്ത പ്രശ്നമാണ് ഇടയ്ക്ക്.
Okay. Is the output okay for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll go back to my program. So what I did is, generics, I worked it with a constructor. Generic constructors, they work as your normal constructors. Only thing is, you need to be a bit careful over here when you do the declarations. And the parameter passing, you need to be a bit careful. Am I clear, Brinta, now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You need to be a bit careful when you do your parameter passing, because you are not very sure what parameter you are going to pass. Here I passed in a string and an integer, whereas here I passed in a double and an integer. Because you are not sure, you will have to pass T1, T2 type. T1, T2. Are you able to understand? Okay, please have down the program. I'll quickly go once again through bounded type parameters. As I was telling you, the syntax is T extends superclass. Now, the superclass, it is usually numbers. So when you write it, you will write T extends number, where N will be in capital, N-U-M-B-E-R. Now, when you write number, T extends number, you cannot be using all data types. You are putting in a restriction to the kinds. So when you use a number, you can mainly use integer, double, and float. So this is the superclass. Number is the superclass, and integer, double, and float, they are subclasses. They are inherited from number. That is why you use a keyword called extends. We will see that with the help of a program. Okay. Hope you can see my notepad.
Yes, ma'am.
You remember this program which we did in the beginning? I'll just quickly go through the program. A very simple program where you were using generic methods. You had an integer array, you had a double array, you had a character array, and you had a string array. And you were trying to print all these arrays. Okay? So have a question written down. Use generics. Bracket, of course, you will have to use bounded types. Bounded type. Bound means limit. Okay? limit restriction. Use generics to calculate the sum of elements in an array. To calculate the sum of elements in an array. Brinta, hope you don't mind. I'll just work on the same program. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll just change the name. Bounded parameters. Okay, or let's say we're finding out the sum now. So I'll just give bounded sum int array. Okay, I'll just change this to sum array. Sum array. Sum array. Just change all these names so that you are able to understand better. Okay. So that's what I'm planning to do. I've got 4 arrays. I need to calculate the sum of the arrays. I'll have to even change the name over here. Okay. Sum array. Now you are planning to calculate the sum of all the elements. So it's very simple. You write a sum is equal to sum plus what the element. Sum plus the element. Okay. My code isn't complete. I'll just stop here for the time being. Now let's see how to do a bounded type. Now look here. Brinta, look into these 4 arrays and tell me logically for which all arrays can you find out the sum? Which all arrays will you be able to find out the sum? Just tell me a yes or no. First array, will you be able to find out the sum? Tell me a yes or no.
Yes.
Yes. Second array, will you be able to find out the sum? Second array. Can you add up 1.1, 2.23? Is mathematics possible over there? Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
Third array, will you be able to find out the sum? Can you do A plus B plus I plus L?
No.
No. Okay. You're perfect. You're perfect, Brinta. Fourth array, can you find out the sum?
No.
No. Okay. So this is actually the case. First 2 you will be able to find out the sum simply because it is number. Now, as I told you, you have a superclass called number, which will take care of your int, your float, and your double. Okay. The superclass called number will take care of all of these. Okay. So you will have to write over here E extends number n in capital, which means these 2 will happen. These 2 will happen. As I was telling you, as Brinta was telling, these 2 will happen. These 2, you should get an array. Your compiler should catch up an error simply because, array and string, they do not fall under number. And what are you planning to do? You are planning to calculate the sum. Sum you cannot calculate, which means you are restricting. You are restricting this particular program or this particular function called sum array only to number. So you write over here E extends number, which means you will get an error in these 2. Now let's see how you do the programming. Okay, this is how you do the declaration. You write over here E extends number. Remaining everything is same. As of now, I'm not returning anything, so I write a void over here. Let me just check my code for E element array, SOP element. Okay, and here I will write SOP the sums. Control C, SOP sums. The next problem comes. What will you declare sum? Yes, that is what I'm coming with. We have to declare sum. Now tell me, can you tell a data type which can satisfy all int, float, and double? Can you tell me a data type which can take care of all the 3? Brinta, can you tell me a data type which can take care of all the 3? Okay, I'll go one by one. Okay, let's say I give int sum is equal to 0. Will it take care of my float and double? The sum portion, will it take care of my float and double? If I write int sum is equal to 0, if I declare sum as int, will it take care of my float numbers and double numbers?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, so when you are doing your bounded parameters, all these declarations, you better do it in double. And imagine you're planning to return something. Okay, even if you're taking in integer, you're taking in float, whatever you take in, imagine you are planning to return something, you should always use double. As of now, I don't have any return, so I'm writing void. When you use bounded parameters, all the return cases will be double. You treat all your numbers as double for the calculations. Are you getting me, Brinta? All return cases will be double. All declarations will be double. And even look here. Okay, sum is equal to sum plus element. I always take the double value. I always take up the double value. Okay, so these are a few things you have to be careful when you use bounded parameters. All the return cases, they will be double. All the declarations which you are using, they will be double. Whichever element you take up, you should be taking up the double value. Okay, double value, this is a method. This is a method in Java, which even if an integer, if you have an integer like, let's say, 10, okay, it will be treated as 10.0. The double value will be taken up. Are you able to get me? Okay, so let's save the program. Let's save it as bounded sum. Save as bounded sum. Bounded Java. I just delete off all these. Otherwise, errors will come up over there. I just check my brackets. It shouldn't be a problem because I worked on this earlier program. Yes, perfect. To save my program, I'll run my program. Java bounded sum dot Java.